NASA just sent 4 astronauts around the moon. Or did they? In April 2026, Artemis II splashes down after the farthest human journey in history. But within hours, undeniable proof explodes online. They never left the studio. Green screen, wires, Hollywood-level fakery. And NASA doesn't want you to see this. April 1st, 2026, Artemis II blasts off from Kennedy Space Center, right on schedule. 4 astronauts, Reid Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Koch, and Jeremy Hansen, are hailed as the new faces of American space heroism. The mission profile is flawless on paper. 700,000 miles through deep space, a close lunar flyby, and a triumphant splashdown just 10 days later. NASA's press releases flood the internet with numbers, milestones, and smiling crew portraits. The world watches as Orion streaks past the moon, every maneuver tracked, every broadcast polished. On April 10th, the capsule hits the water off California. Mission complete, the record books rewritten. But is it all too perfect? Every official video, every photo, every quote from NASA tells the same story. No mistakes, no glitches, no doubts. The crew's credentials are paraded everywhere. Wiseman, the seasoned commander, Glover, the decorated pilot, Koch, the record-breaking mission specialist, and Hansen, the Canadian engineer. NASA swears by the data: 1.4 million kilometers, a 62-kilometer lunar pass, flawless communications, and a Navy recovery ship waiting at splashdown. Yet as the world celebrates, a single question hangs in the air. If this is the most ambitious human spaceflight in half a century, why does the official narrative leave no room for error? Why do the facts line up so neatly, so perfectly, just as the online storm of proof begins to rage? Is this the dawn of a new era of exploration, or the opening act of the greatest cover-up in space history? The evidence is coming. Are you ready to see it? Comment below, like, and subscribe, because the truth is out there, and NASA doesn't want you to find it. 50 years ago, the world watched Apollo 11 in grainy black and white footage, a single giant leap, and an official record that left no room for questions. But the legend of Apollo never escaped the shadows of doubt. Missing stars, strange shadows, whispers of studio lights, and secret sound stages. These claims haunted NASA for decades. Every classroom textbook, every glossy anniversary special, buried the rumors under a mountain of official pride. Yet the same flawless narrative is back, dressed in new colors, new astronauts, and a new promise of American triumph. The faces may have changed, but the pattern is eerily familiar. Zero mistakes, seamless footage, a story scrubbed clean of uncertainty. Have we learned nothing from the past? When history repeats itself this perfectly, it is not just nostalgia, it is a warning. The memory of Apollo's deniers never faded. Now, with Artemis II, the cycle begins again. If the first moon landing could be doubted, why not this one? Are we witnessing a genuine return to deep space, or the next chapter in a carefully managed illusion? The answers may be hiding in plain sight. Get ready to question everything you thought you knew. April 6th, 2026, social media erupts. A single image uploaded by an anonymous account detonates across X, Reddit, and TikTok. The Artemis II crew floating in front of a glaring green screen, rigging wires snaking around their shoulders, faces locked in that uncanny stare. 1 million views in under 48 hours. The hashtag is #Artemis2Fake. Suddenly, the mission that was supposed to unite the world is now under siege. But what is actually in this photo? Forensic analysts dig in. The original file has no EXIF data, no camera model, no timestamp, no GPS. Every trace of origin is wiped. That is the first red flag. Then the AI detectors go to work. Sensity AI and Deepfake Check both flag the image with a 92% probability of synthetic generation. Pixel-level scans reveal diffusion noise, those tiny swirling patterns that only show up when an AI model, like Google Gemini, invents a scene from scratch. Look closer. Glover's fingers are fused together. Koch's eyes drift off camera. The green background is too perfect, too flat. Even the helmet reflections are wrong. No sign of the launch pad's floodlights, just a blank, featureless glare. The platforms cannot get enough. By April 7th, 2026, the image is everywhere. Reddit threads, Instagram reels, Facebook shares. Each repost pushes the narrative that NASA is hiding the real set. The crew never left Earth. The whole thing is a digital illusion. And every time the image spreads, the story grows. People start comparing it to NASA's official footage. On one side, the real interview room at Kennedy Space Center. Plain white walls, soft overhead lights, no green screen in sight. On the other side, this viral photo with its suspicious studio chair, visible cable lines, and lighting that looks more like a YouTuber's basement than a billion-dollar space agency. NASA scrambles to respond. On April 12, 2026, they post a terse statement. Fabricated graphic. No such set exists, but the damage is done. For every official denial, 10 more conspiracy posts pile on. The so-called smoking gun is out in the wild, and the crowd is hungry for more. Is this the first crack in NASA's flawless story, or the start of the biggest cover-up since Apollo? Comment below, hit like, and subscribe if you want the truth. NASA does not want you to see what is coming next. April 4th, 2026, CNN's live Artemis II broadcast hits the airwaves. The world tunes in to see the crew floating in zero gravity, the plush Rise mascot bobbing beside them, the picture of space-age innocence. But in the middle of this flawless feed, something slips. At 3:14 UTC, during a primetime interview, the lower third graphic, Artemis II crew update, scrolls across the bottom of the screen. Then it happens. The text glides behind the floating mascot, as if the plush toy is not really there at all. Not in the capsule, not in front of the camera, but layered, digitally, on top of the broadcast. For a split second, the illusion cracks. Viewers catch it. Clips explode across TikTok and X. Did NASA's mascot just reveal a green screen? The hashtag Artemis2Fake jumps another 100,000 mentions. Frame-by-frame breakdowns appear within hours. The evidence is there for anyone to see. The letters pass behind the mascot, breaking every rule of physical space. In real life, a solid object blocks text. In a studio, with digital overlays, this is the classic smoking gun. Broadcast engineers scramble to explain. CNN's control room logs show a technical flag, layer order mismatch, at 3:14 and 2 seconds UTC. The graphics system, Vizart VRAC, accidentally put the mascot feed above the text layer. Experts like Reid label it a graphics overlay error, a simple mistake. But is it? Or is this the moment the curtain slips, the invisible hand of the broadcast technician exposed? If everything is real, why does the digital mascot float in front of the news ticker? Why does the proof only surface on the uncompressed master, locked away in CNN's archive, while the public gets a downscaled, re-encoded clip that keeps the glitch alive? NASA's response is as cold as ever. Standard broadcast error, they say. No green screen, no fakery. AFP, France 24. The usual media chorus rushed to debunk. But the questions will not die. Why does the mascot override the graphics? Why does the anomaly line up perfectly with the most watched interview of the mission? Is this a one-off mistake, or the tip of a much bigger cover-up? You decide. Is Artemis II the greatest space hoax since Apollo? Drop your theories in the comments, smash like, and subscribe if you are ready to see what NASA does not want you to know. The truth is out there, and right now, someone is working overtime to keep it buried. Missing stars. Frame after frame, Artemis II's windows open onto a pitch-black void, not a single star in sight. NASA blames camera exposure, but skeptics call it the oldest trick in the book. Shadows twist and split beneath the capsule, stretching in impossible directions. In one clip, the crew floats side by side, but their bodies drift at odd angles, some upright, some slanted, as if invisible wires are pulling them off cue. The background is sometimes a cramped, blurry patch of gray, with sharp pixel edges that scream low-resolution computer-generated imagery. Other times, the Earth hangs in space, but the cloud patterns repeat, pixel for pixel, like a copy-paste job. Objects drift by, pens, patches, a floating checklist, but their motion stutters, breaking the laws of physics. Each oddity on its own could be a glitch, but together, it is a checklist of red flags. Is this the raw chaos of space, or the fingerprints of a cover-up? You decide. Drop your theories below, smash that like button, and subscribe if you want. The truth NASA is desperate to bury. NASA's public relations machine does not waste a second. Less than 24 hours after the green screen photo reaches 1 million views, the agency released a statement that said, "Fabricated graphic. No such set exists. The message is everywhere. Official X account. press wires, media inboxes. Within minutes, headlines echoed the same tune: AI fake, deepfake hoax, broadcast error. Fact-checkers from AFP and France 24 line up to reassure the world. Nothing to see here, just another internet illusion. But who decided so fast? Why do the same phrases, AI-generated and technical glitch, show up in every report, from CNN to Yahoo Tech, all quoting the same NASA email? The story is not debated, it is declared. Every anomaly is stamped out with a single word: fake. But if the evidence is so easy to dismiss, why the scramble? Why the lockstep denials from every corner of the media? Is this real transparency, or the fastest cover-up in space history? Comment your theory, smash like, and subscribe, because the more they rush to shut it down, the more it looks like they are hiding the truth. Officially, Artemis II launched April 1st, 2026, carrying 4 astronauts on a 700,000+ mile mission, a flawless lunar flyby. But every debunk leans on AI fakes and broadcast errors. So is this the biggest space hoax since Apollo? Drop your verdict below, like, subscribe, and remember, the truth is out there, and NASA's hiding it.